red-haired Shanks, the watcher at the edge of the world, among all the legends that stride across the oceans of One Piece. Few inspire more awe, fear, and mystery than red-haired Shanks, a former apprentice on the Pirate King's ship, now one of the four emperors. And perhaps the most balanced figure in the entire narrative, Shanks is at once a warrior, a diplomat, a mystery, and a harbinger. His role in the story is like a shadow in the sunset, ever present, ever beautiful, yet never quite illuminated. But that is beginning to change. With the most recent developments in the manga, Shanks' confrontation with Eustace, Kid his use of future sight, and his unexpected movements toward the final conflict. We are finally beginning to peel back the layers of this red-haired enigma, and when we do, the picture that emerges is staggering. What if Shanks is not merely a Yonko? What if he is the final guardian of the balance of the world, a man who knows the secrets of the Void Century, the will of Joy Boy, and the dangers of the One Piece itself? Let us set sail into this storm of speculation. To understand Shanks' mystery, we must go back to the beginning, to the ship of Galdie Roger. Shanks, along with Buggy, was an apprentice aboard the Oro Jackson. But unlike Roger and Rayleigh, Shanks took a very different path after that journey. He did not attempt to become the Pirate King. He did not immediately gather a crew to conquer the seas. Instead, he waited. He watched. He positioned himself in the world as a protector of balance, a pirate with no territory, yet infinite influence. Why? Because Shanks, of all people, knows what the One Piece is, and more importantly, he knows the cost of it. Here's where things get really interesting. According to Oda, Shanks is not a man who would try to take over the world, yet he sits at the table of gods. He halted Kaido from attacking Marine. He walked into the Five Elders' chamber, uninvited, and was heard. He stopped the Paramount War with a few words, and in Egghead, Gorosei mentioned that the Holy Knights are starting to move, possibly influenced by Shanks' recent actions. This isn't coincidence. This is quiet, deliberate power. Shanks may be the only man in the world who has connections to every major faction. The world government, the Yonko, the Marines, the Pirate King's legacy, and even the Celestial Dragons. If some theories are to be believed, he is a bridge, a living balance. But the question remains, why? One of the most compelling theories, now gaining traction with current revelations, is that Shanks is not who we think he is. Shanks is a celestial dragon, a child of the Figerland family. This theory was confirmed in the One Piece film. Red Canon notes, and in the latest One Piece chapters, Shanks had been found in a treasure chest by Roger, possibly taken from God Valley, during the incident where Rox D. Zebek was defeated. Shanks is a celestial dragon by blood, raised on Roger S. ship. Aware of the truth of the Void Century, the will of D and Joy Boy, then he is a man standing at the exact crossroads of past and future, a guardian, and perhaps a reluctant one. This also explains his immense political capital. The world government doesn't treat him like a threat because he's family. He's a wild card, but not one they're willing to eliminate. Yet now, let's talk about Shanks' power, something we're only just beginning to see. In the latest arcs, we see Shanks use future sight, a form of advanced observation haki. Not only that, he displays the ability to emit Heishoku haki over vast distances, causing enemy commanders to faint without even making physical contact. He's said to be a pure haki master. No devil fruit powers. This makes him rare and dangerous. In a world where power is often eaten, Shanks forged his through sheer will. And what is haki? Truly, it's willpower, spirit, the voice of all things. And Shanks may be among the very few who can hear it at its loudest. This connects him not only to Luffy, but also to Roger, Odin, and perhaps Joy Boy himself. His haki is not merely power, it's proof of conviction, of inherited will, and of a burden carried silently. But here's where things get even more nuanced. Why did Shanks give Luffy the Gomu Gomu no Mi? It wasn't an accident. That fruit, revealed to be the Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika, was being guarded by CP9 for a reason. The world government feared it. Why would Shanks, a man of caution and cosmic awareness, risk it? Unless he wanted to test the world, to pass on the torch. He saw something in Luffy, not just potential, destiny. And when Luffy awakened that power during the Onigashima raid, it wasn't just a victory for the Straw Hats. It was a moment that echoed across the world, and Shanks felt it. This brings us to Elboof and the recent movements of the red-haired pirates. Shanks has finally begun to take the stage in full. He defeats Eustace Kid in a single, overwhelming blow. Demonstrating his godlike hockey, he warns the Kid Pirates to leave Elbaf, a land that may be deeply connected to the ancient kingdom and Joy Boy's story. Some even suggest Elboof houses the final road poneglyph. Shanks is now positioning himself in that arc, and not as a bystander, but as a gatekeeper. But is he trying to protect the treasure, or protect the world from it? Here's the darker theory. Shanks doesn't want the One Piece to be found yet, or ever, because he knows what it will do. He knows it's not just a treasure, but a trigger, a bomb set in the foundations of the world. Joy Boy's truth may be beautiful, but dangerous. It may start a war that will drown the world in fire and rebellion. Shanks may believe the world is not ready. He may be right, or he may be wrong. And that's where Luffy comes in, because Luffy, unlike Shanks, is not cautious. He is the storm. He is the child of freedom, the embodiment of what Joy Boy once was. Shanks gave him that hat not just as a promise, but as a test. If Luffy could return it, not just as a boy who admired pirates, but as a man who shook the heavens, then Shanks would know it was time. That the age of balance is over, that the age of liberation has come, and perhaps Shanks is prepared to die for that moment. There's one more layer to this theory, and it's personal. What if Shanks has been working not just for peace, but against someone specific? Emu, the mysterious ruler of the world, who sits upon the empty throne. Shanks may know of Emu's existence, and may be the only pirate the Five Elders tolerate because of a shared understanding, maybe even a shared enemy. Or perhaps Shanks once made a pact with Emu, a promise to delay the age of liberation until the right Joy Boy arrived. But now, with Luffy's awakening, that time is up. Shanks is not a villain, nor is he a hero. He is the red line, the boundary, the final firewall between the past and the future, the watcher of the end of the world. As we approach the final saga, Shanks' role is finally blossoming. He will not remain on the sidelines. He will fight. Perhaps he will oppose Luffy, not out of malice, but to test him, to ensure he's ready. Or maybe he will be the ally who strikes down a celestial dragon beside the Straw Hats. Either way, Shanks' story, long hidden behind grins and wine, is now standing under the light. He is not the Pirate King. He is not the villain. He is the final choice. When the seas rage and the truth rises, will Shanks open the gate or guard it?